On a farm outside Newburgh, Oregon, birds aren't the only ones who found a home.
It's a romance season. There you go. I'm just kind of watching the activity in the airs right now.
After a long, often painful journey, Mary Mayer landed here too.
What a gift to be able to fly.
The birds are like family.
Kitty, 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 kitties.
She remembers as a young girl wanting to be just like them.
But I've always admired the birds, just the freedom of it's like effortlessly, just flying. Come on, nobody's sitting around.
Mary and the swallows who swoop in to greet her
Good job.
are birds of a feather.
It's so fun watching them try to get one of those big feathers in there. Oh, right in front of my face.
In the fourth grade, she even tried to make wings.
I get so excited. I thought if I get enough feathers, that if I placed them into hot wax, it would cool and I'd be able to fly. You know?
To fly away.
I wish I would have been a pilot if I'd known I was able to do that. Unfortunately, I had a discouraging father that just told me I couldn't do anything and I'd add up to nothing, so I believed him.
Her wings clipped, verbally abused by her father, later physically abused by a husband. Instead of taking flight, Mary became rooted in alcohol, drugs, and homelessness.
I never dreamed I would be homeless.
For 7 years, the forest, in a park in the Dundee area, sometimes the woods on the coast, were home.
I had a green tent too, so it all blended in.
She disconnected from family and friends, was hospitalized 8 times for pancreatitis from drinking.
Get a bottle, Mary, and spend some time alone.
And thought about taking her own life.
So I know what useless feels like. It's horrible, lonely, dark.
Surviving on crawdads she caught in the creek, and the goodwill of strangers.
I was desperate. I had actually 2 signs, one on the side and one on the front.
Mary said she was the first person in Newburgh who was homeless to hold a sign asking for help.
Homeless, need gas, will work. Yes, absolutely.
Not the life she imagined when she and her classmates attended high school in the small town of Yamhill.
Come on, Nick.
And vastly different
Here he is.
from the life of a boy who called Mary his 7th grade crush.
That's him, that's me.
This is where we grew up.
I know. Oh my gosh. This is
Mrs. Greer's
beautiful.
class. Yeah, one of
The class president would go on to become a 2-time Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist
And it was a community.
at the New York Times, Nicholas Kristof.
I think that there were about 120 kids who started freshman year with us.
Mary worked at the Yamhill Cafe.
That's me.
Nick wrote a story for the school paper and the McMinnville Register when the T&E General Store opened in 1976.
Yeah, he bought it when we were in high school.
More than 4 decades later, with Mary's permission,
Yep.
Nick wrote about her
I decided not to be like my dad.
in the book Tightrope. He co-wrote with his wife, telling the personal and poignant tale of how many of Nick's classmates stumbled and fell through the cracks of a frayed social safety net and died from drugs, alcohol abuse, and suicide. Mary almost became one of them.
One of the things I love about your story is that it's totally uplifting. And there's so much to be depressed about today, Mary. And your story is completely uplifting.
Uplifting because despite the adversity she faced, Mary lifted herself up out of homelessness, eventually landing here on the farm. With the help of Good Samaritans who invited her to church,
Number 1.
others who offered her a place to live at the farm, she got clean and sober. She had a home to rebuild her life.
All right.
Making birdhouses for the creatures she loves.
I've amazed myself at how much I've been able to create and do for birds and for other people.
Handcrafting each birdhouse using pine cones,
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
seashells,
Yeah.
and nuts she collects.
I made them come alive. Yeah.
And recycled items like wine corks donated from local wineries. Mary has names for each birdhouse design.
Beachfront Property, wine country.
Selling her cheap rent birdhouses helps her pay the rent.
Look at how pretty that is.
On a crisp spring
These
day,
are so gorgeous. Yep.
Look.
her old friend Nick visited Mary to see her
like the
birdhouse
White House.
production in progress.
Oh, pining for you. You're good with puns.
Thank you. I have self-worth now. You know, I believe in me and I know I can do it. And having people believe in me has made a big difference.
It's not hopeless that we can solve
Thank
these
you.
problems.
Thank you.
Nick sees Mary as an emblem of hope.
You provided a model for other people. I am so proud of this young lady and all she's done, and she's an inspiration to me.
Thank you so much, Nick. It means a lot to me.
Mary Mayer has done something extraordinary.
It brings me to tears because
While she may not have wings,
I look up at the sky and just know that I'm not alone.
she has learned to fly.
It's wonderful.